Hello to all my Reiki level 2 and above students. We're just doing a very quick video on how to do a treatment with the symbols. Now, if you've done level 1 in our level 1 resources, there's already a video on how to do treatments, and the hand positions. So we're going to go very quickly through this just to give you a little bit more of an idea of how to use your symbols. So first we're going to call on our Reiki energy, and that might be just stopping and feeling that energy flow through your hands. It might be fill me up like a cup. It might be, I now call on all Reiki Masters, past, present and future, all angels and spiritual guides. I ask that you are with us here today and that this healing flow through me for the highest good of all concerned. I ask that this person receive everything she needs in accordance with her highest good for her healing. So whatever works for you is a great affirmation. So before I even start, I'm going to do the power symbol, the Macrae over each palm. And now we're going to smooth that aura out 3 times, and she probably can feel that. Can you already feel that, Amanda? Yeah. And so when we're smoothing out, remember, when we send that energy off, we're really just, our intention is releasing it to the universe to be transmuted into positive energy. And as I said before, some people will have a bucket they throw it into. I just trust the universe will take care of it, because there's no bad energy. It's just energy that might be in the wrong place and not enough in others. So the next thing we're going to do is scan the body. And so we can just feel over that body and pick up anything that's going on. And then to start our treatment, we're going to now we've got symbols, we're going to start with the Macrae, and now we're going to put that right through the aura. Then Saheki, 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 put that right through the aura. So we're really increasing the mental and emotional healing that goes on too. Another Macrae, and put that through the aura. Now if you forget to do that at the start, you might do it when you get to the head. So before we do anything here, if you haven't remembered to put those symbols into the aura at the start, you can just do it from the head and send it down. So I've just done a Macrae and a Saheki. Remember, we draw the symbol once, we say the mantra 3 times, and a Macrae again. So either there or here. Then we want to place our hands over the eyes. As we're doing the treatment, if we feel the need to add more energy, we could just do Macrae, Macrae. We could just do it as a tiny little movement, or we could lift up and do that to increase the power. If we find that there's emotional stuff going on, we can do the Macrae and the Saheki and the Macrae, and that will then increase the flow of mental, emotional healing energies. So I'm not going to spend the whole day going over this, but I want to make sure you understand how we can use the symbols. So then we would move to the other positions, which of course is the temples, the ears, gently rolling that head from side to side and really cradling that head. Generally we would start sitting, and we would probably be sitting at the start. Then again, next position is the throat, remembering that we're sending energy from these little chakras in our hands towards the throat. We don't want to have pressure on that throat so they feel like they're being strangled. Now quite often you feel that there might be a block somewhere, so you might want to do a Macrae over that area. If you don't want to do it by touching them or in their aura, you can use your tongue on the palate of your mouth and draw that symbol. So you need to practice those symbols so you know what you've got. Intentionally, we are now connected to our client, so we can either keep a hand there, but we don't want to drag energy across their head. Alternatively, we can say, I'm connected through our auras. Next position's over the heart, so it's the T. If we don't want to touch there, we can work in the aura, or we could go top and bottom. The other thing is we can work from this angle, and our intention is to work through the heart area and the lungs. So then to the heart here, solar plexus, then our hands move up and bottom like a little mining artist, a mime artist. So we're walking down, then we do the V over the tummy, then the hip and the knee and the ankle, the foot, and we then come up the other side. So I'll be in the way of the camera in a moment, but we've got a foot, an ankle and our knee and our hip, and I'll often finish up on this side with my hands over the tummy because it's nurturing. So now we're going to ask that person to roll over, but before they roll over, get your pillows in your hand because we don't want them to turn their face into another pillow. It's not very comfortable. So we move the tissue and we will now just say, Amanda, would you like to roll over? So I'm going to move this first so her knees don't bend backwards into that pillow. Move that as she's sitting up. Place that for her to just relax down. And we're just going to pop this under her feet because sometimes you find if you've got a knee problem and you're trying to lie flat, your knees will feel like they're bending backwards. So once we've got them rolled over, we want to settle them in. This is not a traditional technique, but it feels nurturing and it feels grounding. So it's really nice just to settle that person back down onto the bed. And it's also known as an energy stroke. So we're doing that. Then we're going to do what I feel like I made up, and it's like a cat's claw. So we're just rolling down. And I usually do 3 times with each. I think I've already done 3, but we'll do 1 more. Now we can smooth out again if we want to. We can add extra chakras into areas in the aura if we feel like it, or even chakra, sahaki, chakra. And then we can come back to the shoulders. So on this side, shoulders is the first position. Another position that's not traditional is one that I usually do, and that is like the base of the skull and the top of the spine. And I want you to remember that the energy vessels between the head and the body are small, so if there's any blockages there, we can just clear those easily. We might also use some of the Qigong techniques and just kind of cut the blocked energy and imagine with our spiritual fingers that we're pulling that blocked energy out, or we might do some chakras over that. And I don't even feel like I want to move my hands, but I need to for the video because we're still in the middle of our workshop. So from here, we're going to move over and have a little gap between our hands as we move down. So again, across, 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 across. I'll usually come here for the lower back because most people have issues there. And again, that is to do with survival and money and work and all those things that we have to live with every day. And then the T over the tailbone, just as we did the T over the heart. And the last position technically is the hips. Now, if somebody's got a sciatic problem, I might do a reverse V and work here. And my intention is to drag that energy down here and here. Each spot I'll stop and I'll feel whether this energy's crossed over or it hasn't. And if it hasn't, I might then add some chakras. And here, and then here. And again, dragging that energy down. So you get a sense and a feel for this. The more you do it, the more you'll go, yeah, I can feel that's just pulsing through now, that's connected. And we finish here. So again, I'll often do this little smooth out technique, which really is just about completion and feeling good, but also bringing them back into their body before we make them get up off our table. And so now, I'm now sealing the energy into your aura so the healing will continue long after you leave here today. And I can still feel her energy, feel her aura. I can feel things that have shifted. Now we're going to close that off over the heart. So if you haven't got level 2, you might just put your hands on here. With level 2, we're going to do a chakra. We can use one hand with the other hand up like an antenna, so we're drawing in and through, or we can use 2 hands. And then I would come to the front or the top and I just say, as I count from 1 to 5, you can slowly bring yourself back to the room. 1, becoming more aware of the feeling of this bed that cradles and supports your body. 2, more aware of the music, bringing your attention back to this present time. 3, becoming more aware of the air, and as you breathe it, you draw more life force energy into your body to really maintain your life. 4, that energy now flowing all the way through the body, bringing you closer and closer to the surface, more and more aware and more awake. And 5, slowly coming back to the room. And I will then take my hands off so that can bring them back into the present moment. So thank you for filming for me, Chad, and thank you, Amanda, for lying on the table. So that's another little tool for our level 2 people to be able to use, remembering how to use our symbols for their healing. Thank you so much. You can finish that now.